combine demonstration. I'm with Scott, who's the harvest sales support. Is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Official job title.
So we're in the Fendt Ideal 9T. Tell me about it. It's quite the combine.
So yeah, this is a product year 2024 with a Gerringhoff 40-foot flex header on. Yeah, quite a combine, like you say. It's the Class 9 machine.
So it's a rotary machine.
It is, yes, full rotary machine. So your twin rotor, front to back, longest rotor on the market. So obviously, from a straw quality point of view, it's a massive thing nowadays.
Yes, but it's, well, you can see it on camera here, but it's a hell of a swath of straw.
Yeah. One of the things we pride ourselves on, the Massey and the Fendt side of it, pride on, is the straw quality that comes out the back.
So we've got 4 combines running today.
Yes.
It's a demonstration.
Yeah.
Two
Fendt, 2 Massey, the 7, 8 and the 9 in the field, and then a 7 is a stationary from a product walk around point of view. So a customer's going to come and have a look around a machine that is sat in the field with the panels off, guards up, exposed, shall we say.
So and I understand there's a lot of commonality between the Fendts and the Masseys.
There is, yes, commonality between the two. From a parts point of view, parts are obviously interchangeable between the two, and throughout the classes as well. There's quite a lot of parts that are common on all of them.
Yep.
So from a parts point of view, anything goes wrong, anything a problem, parts obviously suit all machines.
But they are very different machines.
Very different machines internally, yes. So say a class 7 machine is a single rotor. The 8 and the 9 are dual rotors, as well as the 10. So
quite a lot of choice in different specs.
There is.
Across the brands.
Yeah, different specs, different things. As you can see, obviously, today we're in the Ideal drive, so we're steeringless on a joystick steer, which again, very strange to start with, but yeah, you soon get used to it.
Yeah, and it's strange actually you say that, because I didn't even notice when I first got in it. It's not. You don't really notice there's not a steering wheel there.
No. It's quite a strange feeling. Like I say, initially, it's from a vision point of view, it's fantastic. There's nothing better. It does take a little while, a day or two when you're used to a steering wheel, but once you're used to it, it is a lovely feeling.
Well, I'm correct in saying that any of the tracked machines can
yes,
have
Ideal steer.
Ideal steering, right?
Yes, Ideal drive, sorry. Yeah. Yes, no, it's a game changer really. I say it from a vision point of view, from a comfort point of view. You've got your auto steer button on the joystick, as well as your indicating bits and bobs from the road, and you sat back, much like a skid steer machine. From a construction point of view, which I've used for years, as well as 360 diggers. Anybody's sort of common formality of that. Yeah.
And that's header flexing. So the headers are, as all the brands have got, flex header on this particular. Tell me a little bit about the header.
So the flex header, like I say, is a Gerringhoff 40 foot. It's split into 3 sections, as opposed to other competitors that run on a spring tension.
Yep.
This runs off electrics and hydraulics, so many sensors throughout, picking up ground movements, influxes in the ground. Particularly good in the field from like a bomb hole point of view or uneven ground, and allows the knife to run as close as you can, obviously leaving a low stubble, which obviously is key to people. Residual management now is a big thing, isn't it? You want to be cutting as close as you can, taking as much trouble, getting as much straw. So
it's a very, very even feed into the.
It is, yeah.
Into the header.
Any combine at all obviously relies on even feed. If you're not doing your job right at the front to start with, the rest of the machine is a lot harder to use, to set up. It's all about usability. Again, it doesn't matter what brand you're on now, it's all the same. You've got to make it good for the driver, make it easy for the operator. It's got to do an all-round job for the customer, for the client.
Absolutely. So we're about to unload again. So what's the grain tank holding?
So the grain tank on this is 7,100 litre. Super quick unloaded.
Like everything, the loading orders have got bigger and bigger.
Yeah, no, well, it's all about the grain handling. It's not about just cutting. You've got to cut the crop, you've got to do the job, and you equally want it in the trailer. it's all about the grain handling. So as you can see, on the spout itself is adjustable, so electric adjustment on the end.
So does that, you can tilt that up and down as well?
Yep, you can tilt that, as you can see there, up and down. So you're backwards and forwards across the trailer. If you've got the grain cart driver, which keeps going. As they keep going, keeps a constant speed, and you can then, if they're sat in the middle, you can move it from left to right, which again allows an even feed across.
Yeah, it's not,
Nice and simple, keep going.
there's a lot of grain coming out there.
Yeah, it's quick. You can soon make a mistake. You can numb it down in proportion. The 25% reducements on the screen. So the click,
So you can
the click of the
slow
button
down.
on the joystick, you can. It doesn't slow the speed of the unloader. It changes the flow of crop to it.
Ah, right, okay.
So the grain tanks, as we're unloading, when you press the button, lifts the flaps up in the tank hydraulically, allows the crop to flow out at whatever rate you've set it to the screen. So like I say, it runs in 25% proportion. So 25, 50, 75, 100%.
It's no longer a shovel job, is it?
No.
Somebody said last week to me, it's a loading shovel job.
Yeah, a lot of the time now, yeah, it's a quick thing though. You don't want to be running tractors up and down as much as you can. You want to be nice and steady.
You want to be keeping the weight, the compacts out of the field with trailers as much as you
Yep.
possibly can.
Compaction, saying a lot of people now going to controlled traffic, so the unloader, the spout options can take you over the swath into the tram line, however you need it to run. So it's, again, from a configuration point of view, it's all down to what the customer requires.
And would that mean that there's different configuration of spout lengths
Yes.
as well?
Yeah. Depending on what the customer specs header-wise, we can then reflect
Right.
with the spout lengths and adjustment. So the adjustment on the end then allows you even further left to right. So yeah.
So on the screen you've got
Yep.
quite a bit of tech going on.
So as the screens were going,
on.
the top left-hand corner here shows your machinery settings.
Yeah.
Any status, so we've got the auto guide engaged, header is automatically engaged there, so the stubble height as well. On to the top right here, we're displaying header height, so we've got two preset heights, 1 and 2. We can then toggle between the two if we've got laid crop.
Okay.
So you can, again, press a click of the button on the joystick, then changes your height.
Right.
We have also got automatic header pitch here. So the header pitch is selected on there, then your reel fore and after on the joystick becomes your pitch.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can hydraulically pitch your header backwards or forwards,
Yeah.
depending on crop types, conditions. Allows you to cut to all the conditions that you need to be cut to. Bottom quarter at the minute is showing performance, showing a rotor losses, the sieves left and right, and the returns volume.
Okay.
This can be displayed many things down the side, from a headland management point of view, grain loss like we've just seen. Grain discharge, like I've just spoken about, so it shows you how much you're unloading, how fast you are, your angle of your spout.
Yeah.
Pretty much customised to whatever the driver wants. You'll like something different, or I'll like. Everybody drives slightly differently.
Yeah.
Then on the bottom left, we've got the guidance. Can actually bring the guidance up full page. So if you want to bring the guidance full page, give you a display across. Again, from a driver point of view, everybody likes something slightly differently. Fendt are very good at that. They're very customisable machines. You can set them however you want. Big thing in the market.
Yeah.
Your customers want X, Y, and Z, and you've got to deliver, haven't you? You've got to bring it to it. You've got to bring it to the market and make it user friendly, which they've been doing for many years with the tractors.
So harvest data in the bottom corner.
Yes.
What we doing?
So that's saying at the minute it's averaging 9.7, spotting just over 10, up and down.
Right.
So saying at the minute we're doing an average of 47 tonne an hour. As it dries up, we'll push on a bit harder.
Yeah.
Just taking it nice and steady as we are at the minute. Moisture's there, so it's running 15, 15.1.
And what have you typically it could go in sort of 13, 14 percent moisture. What sort of what have you been able to get out of it
As a machine, you'd be looking.
per hour?
It's $1 million question, isn't it? In field conditions.
Oh yeah, and obviously like longer runs and all the rest.
Yeah,
of it.
no, field conditions, and being realistic about it, you'd be 75, 80, maybe a bit more.
Right.
So it is up there, say for a class 9 machine. And again, that's taking into consideration field turning, a field operation.
Absolutely.
It's very easy in a long run of field to go higher. Equally, if you've got a lot of short turns, you're not getting the output all the time. The biggest, hardest thing for me, everybody's spot rates.
Yeah.
You've got to look at your averages. You've got to look at what it is.
There's so many things depend on that.
Yes. Yeah. There's so many variables. If you're in a heavy crop and you've got long runs, you can keep it pushed on, keep an average speed. If you've got, like we talked about earlier, the field conditions, if they're a bit rougher, if you've got bomb holes, if you've got trees, if you're backwards and forwards,
You've got to be able to get it away from the field as well.
Yeah, realistically,
you've got
you've
to
got
have plenty of trailers.
the biggest thing nowadays, isn't it? They're all jumping up there, going, all jumping up there with the tonnages, and it's pushing it out, and you're getting it cut quick, but you've got to deal with it at the other end. So definitely.
Be that trailers, grain store, grain dryers. It's so many variable values.
Yeah, no. So
it's fine being able to do 90, 100 tons an hour, but if you can't deal with it,
got to deal with it. No. So yeah, no, quite. So yeah, armrest obviously is nice and easy laid out. A little screen on the side
What's that showing?
showing us fuel, AdBlue.
Okay.
It's briefly showing us our rotor losses and sieve losses combined. So you've got the spike each side, and it's showing us what's actually in the grain tank.
Right.
So when we unload, it gives us a value there of roughly what's in the grain tank. So you've got an idea when you're cutting headlands, more useful. So you can work out where your trailers need to be, where you want to be.
Yeah.
Keypad on the side, your lateral leveling, an automatic header up and down, engagements. Your header height is adjusted on the scroll wheel.
Okay.
So as we're cutting along now, it's in automatic. So if we click it up one or click it down, it remembers where it is.
Right.
So you're not having to save anything, you're not having to go through and confirm anything. It's literally scroll up and down, and that's reflected, like I spoke about earlier, on the top screen. Again, it's all about usability.
And everything laid out fairly logically. And all your other settings.
Yeah, all your settings. Keypads on the side, so as you're fine tuning, you can set the machine settings on the screen with the scroll wheel. But as you're setting along, I personally like it on the keypad, so you can tweak things by small increments, get it to find that real sweet spot where you want to be.
Yeah.
Again, it's making it nice and easy for the operator. Some people love scrolling up and down. Some people use the keypad.
It's about having the options, isn't it?
It's about having the option to do what you need to be doing, isn't it? To get the best end result, and that's what everybody's looking for with a combine.
The cab's a nice, airy place.
Yeah, so you're in a rogator cab. It's rogator designed.
Yeah.
Again, the sprayer operators will know familiarisation within the cab.
Yeah. And what's the screen? You've got cameras, do they come fitted standard?
So the cameras on this are optional. You get two cameras factory fitted. Your reversing camera and an optional around, and then you've got the extras above us. One of them is showing into the grain tank, as you can see. One of them is showing on the end of this spout and loader. So again, probably you get a camera up there later and you have a bit of a look as we're unloading. You can see, like we spoke about, the picture of the flap as well.
And is it hands-free phone connection and
Yep.
all that?
Yeah, hands-free DAB radio.
Yeah.
Again, pretty much factory fitted now with everything that anybody supplies. You do, with the gearing up, you do have the small control box down the side. And that's just relaying header information, sensor values, everything in between, basically back to the combine.
And does that show? Is that specific to that screen? You can't put that swap that over.
You can't at the minute. You can't run it on an Isobus. It is specific to the header, to the condition. So it's relaying all the sensor values back to the combine, which then talks and allows the combine to be able to do and feed it information equally as well. Control belt speeds from the header on there.
Yeah.
So again, from a crop flow point of view, that's where we're looking at.
Right, so well, I hope today's a success.
Yes, yeah.
Certainly got the weather for it.
Fingers crossed.
It's a lovely day here in Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
I'm currently getting sunburned through the
Through the cab.
which is always a good sign. So thank you very much.
No problem.
Catch you
Good
later.
to see you.